Hello and welcome everybody. Farmer Donkey here. We are on New Hope in our Pioneer series. It is very cold here today, 24 degrees of Fahrenheit, and snowing. So I am all bundled up. We got our fire going, but today is the day that we need to make some money. Um, Currently got 9,000 in the bank, but um, we have a few things that we need to go ahead and sell. So we got 2 pallets of flour, and I believe that's all the flour that we're gonna get. So we need to hop into that production menu real quick, and we need to go ahead and stop that production, and that would save us $28 a month. The sawmill. We almost have a pallet of prefab walls, which today is going to be the best day of selling that. And we also have wood beams and long planks and wood chips to sell. So that's something that we can do. So I am going to grab our trailer, and I think we are going to load. Actually, I think I want to put the trailer on the Challenger. We'll let that John Deere warm up a little bit, just because I think the Challenger is going to make the trip a little bit easier to go sell. Because the best price is not here at our market. It is all the way across the map at the farmer's market for a lot of our stuff. I think let me just double check real quick. Yeah, farmer's market, farmer's market. The only yep. Okay, everything is looking farmer's market. So, we're gonna load up and we will get over there to get selling. Definitely excited about the little bit of money that we are going to make. We might be able to, I think we're going to be able to at least get a grain trailer of sorts. We will have to see where we can go with that. But these are going to be our last 2 pallets of flour this year. So I'm actually kind of excited that that's about how much we had, especially for next season. It was enough to get us to January and not necessarily have a lot left over in our production. Now, I do anticipate that our yield is going to be a lot better this year, just because we got that fertilizer, we got the lime down, and quite a few other things down in that field. And then our grass is kind of barely sprouting. So I should be able to get this set right here. And then we will get the Challenger over there to the sawmill and start getting that loaded up. Let the John Deere run a little bit longer. It is pretty cold. But yeah, looks like we almost have a pallet of everything except for what's this? Are there straps on this? Thought there were straps. Huh. I guess there is not straps. So this might be an interesting drive. Hopefully we don't lose anything. I might stack it a little lower. Now that I know there's no... Yep. And that would be why right there. But, alright. I'm just going to use my strong hands to move these pallets real quick. So don't mind me there. And then that should be fine. I wonder... What is it? Because the auto load is on that trailer, there's no straps? So it definitely looks like there should be a place for straps. So. Have to think about that a little bit more. Alright. Got our planks. So definitely don't want to try and make one long trip with, well, just carrying a couple pallets at a time. Put that on there. Yeah, good enough for government work. Definitely hoping that we get enough from the lumber mill to kind of cover our loan. Granted, we are eventually going to run out of trees, so we will have to deal with that a little later. But I think the priority at the moment is to kind of get enough to where our loan payment isn't killing us every month. And then from there, we should be able to grow pretty rapidly because we're not paying interest, we're not making that payment. We'll be able to get more new machines and some more land pretty easily. Even if we have to take out another loan, we can make sure we take out a loan that's in a manageable size based on what we have. So, though I'm not planning on taking out more loans, it could definitely be a possibility just because of expansion. I haven't looked to see what could be in the sales market yet today. So we might take a glance at that. But we are just going to go ahead and keep loading this trailer and hoping that we can make it all the way to the farmer's market. Although, how much is the difference? Because without straps, it might not be smart to go all the way over there. Wrong one. Okay. So let's see. Well, okay. So regular planks aren't going to be the best time to sell at the moment. It's not that bad. We're going to get a bunch of regular planks, though. Okay, so it's about a $40 difference. Well, okay, yeah. About 40 and some change difference for what we have. And then... Oh, yeah, no, I think it would be worth our time if we just went ahead and sold these locally. I do, in the future, intend to use the map sell points a lot more. I did not realize that this trailer didn't have straps. So that's not That's not good. That's not good at all. I really thought it did. So, and looking at the terrain going over to the farmer's market, it might not be the best idea for us to drive clear over there. We do want to take a look at the used. Do we have any more that could be popping out? That's the big question. Just wood chips, but I think I turned off them spawning. So I think they are just going to go ahead and build up from here. So I didn't want pallets upon pallets upon pallets spawning of wood chips. So I definitely think it's so much easier just to back a trailer to the wood chip sell point and fill that up. Granted, currently we don't have a wood chip trailer or a trailer that can carry the wood chips. So we will have to take a look at that as well. Alright, shut off the deer. Challenger should be nice and warm. And we're going to go get this sold real quick. No, I don't know what the best sell place is going to be for silage. So I know we're going to be having silage ready here shortly. Because this is the second month after it's been baled. Actually, it's riding pretty well. What could we possibly go down there to pick up anyway? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot at all. 15,000 for an 8,000 liter trailer. And how big is our water trailer that we have? 3,000. I don't know. I don't know if that's worth it at the moment. But yeah, so we'll just go ahead and sell right here. And that got us about 20,000, which isn't bad. Now what can we do with 20,000 that can possibly make us some more money? So I know we're not allowed to use overpowered generators. So we aren't going to be using any of those. That's why I haven't put down a greenhouse yet. Because a greenhouse can definitely be a little overpowered. Your only input is water. Yeah, we should be able to fit this tree. So we'll get this chopped down and towed over there. I think it might have automatically taken in the tree that we had stationed there. I'm not sure, because I don't remember going and selling that pine tree to it while hitting the sell button. But it might have. So we do have a lot of room. Well, not a whole lot of room. I think it's about 5,000 liter space. So I think this tree is just about what we're going to be able to do. Yeah, so we're at 94,000 out of 100. So, yep, that puts us right up there at 98. And I don't think I'm going to get a tree that's small enough. So I think that's where we're going to leave that. Now, nothing in the sales tab. We were talking about getting a trailer that we can put grain in. This one holds up to 8,000. but that's the one we sold earlier. So we were looking at something maybe a little bit bigger. Hmm. Not a whole lot we can afford. Because that would only give us 500 liters more if we went with that one. Um, how big is this? 19.6 thousand liters. That might be worth it, but that'll drop us down to about 4,000. Oof, I'm not sure if I want to go that low, but that would be a decent grain trailer for us. We'd be able to use that for both harvest and moving wood chips. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We might have to go for it. Um, so we got our bale trailer. Uh, you know what? How can that be configured? How can it be configured? I think it's just... Okay, so it's just a grain trailer. Okay, so no is the 19.6. No cover. Design 2 costs $1,000 more. What is design 1? Just open? Just that crossbar? I'm not for sure. I mean, it would be nice if we were able to drop down these sides, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that. But if we did this one, it would hold a few bales as well and be able to be a 28,000, which is a lot more. Oh, I know I don't have enough money. Hmm. So that'll be able to be configured to where we have straps. Hmm. We might have to go with that. But I think what we want to do is possibly go ahead and get rid of some silage bales first. That way we have those. Oh, I don't need to take this with me. I don't need the winch. Who has the best price on silage at the moment? Give me a second. Hmm. All right. So silage. Oh yeah, definitely the farmers market is giving us 224 per 1,000 liters. So that's probably where we're going to want to take it. The only question is how long until we can sell our silage as silage. That is the best question. Okay. And then we're also going to need to see about our goats. How much food do they have? Do they have enough food? Yeah, they still have 29,000 liters of food and 14,000 liters of water. They're growing up, playing, frolicking. Looking great. Hopefully soon in the next few months, we'll start getting milk out of them. We can sell that. Our chickens are looking good. We're going to get some more chickens in a month. We currently have 300 of them. We are down to 29,000 liters of food there. So, we're getting there, but... Alright, so that's at 82% fermented. 78... 96, that's good, that's good. 95, yes, yes. Okay, so I think what we'll do... 77. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and skip forward a little bit of time, just to kind of cut down on the episode length and get this so we can sell it. Our grass is not ready to be mowed yet. It's only at stage 2 of 4, so we have a little bit of time before we're going to be able to do that. So I think what we'll go ahead and do is, yeah, we'll do a little bit of cut, and I'm going to fast forward a little bit of time, and we will see you once we're ready to sell our silage. All right, so we are back, and well, yeah, it took a little bit more time than I thought than it was going to need to ferment all of it, but we're pretty much fermented. There is a little bit more that needs to go. But our silage is looking pretty good. We should be able to get so far about 50,000 for what we have. We did get a pallet of prefab walls that we can sell. So we will grab that real quick, and we should be able to get about 9,000 for the pallet that we do have, is what it's saying. Can I not grab the trailer? So we will probably grab what we can. Trying to get as much silage as I can. Unfortunately, it is most of the middle bales that are already fermented in as silage. So, I think all the bales that I have on here are fermented. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, there's a couple that are still a little bit there, grass-wise. All right. Yeah. All right, so if I go ahead and grab the John Deere real quick and get rid of our prefabricated walls. And then we just drive casually over to the sub point. Those should ferment quite nicely. Oh, it looks like we have more than just a little bit of prefab walls. Nice, nice, nice. So we will grab that. Ooh, hope it's not too heavy. And we'll come over here and sell them. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, these didn't sell. Okay. There we go. And so 15,000 there, roughly. That'll work for us. That'll work. So I think, yeah, the wood production is going to be pretty nice. Shut off the light so we don't drain the battery. It's going to be pretty nice to us. Indeed, it will be. Alright, so we're gonna chug down the road. There was a few things that I got notification on that popped up that we want to take a look at. Oh, 105 for versatile. That's not a bad price. It's a little out of our price range. And then there is a forge mixer, which isn't a bad price either. It only takes 90 horsepower to run, but we don't have anything to give TMR to. So, not quite what we need at the moment. Looks like we have been losing a bunch of grass. And then, little foggy. Actually, I don't know. We might be able to wait till next month to go ahead and sell. Turn off our high beams. That way we're not blinding ourselves. But it does look like the price is dropping. What is max price? Oh, so it's above max price because max price is in December. Yeah, so we do want to go ahead and sell before the price starts dropping back down again. But what do we want to do? How much do we still have left on our loan? We still have 200,000 left on our loan. Well, 216,000. I'm not sure how much we can pay back at one time. Nor do I know if we want to go ahead and pay back anything at this point. Outside of our normal payment. Sorry, I was taking a sip of coffee there for a second while we drive. So, what do we want to do with this farm? Well, thinking about it, we do need to plop down a grain silo. So we're going to need money for that. Don't necessarily need to do that immediately because we're not we're not going to be too worried. Who had the best price for it? Was it the farmer's market? Yep. Okay, farmer's market. We're not going to need that. Yeah, we're not going to need that until harvest season, which for wheat is going to be in August. So we have a few months to get there. I am going to stop right here for a second, check our load, see if it is all silage. Ooh, 99. That's close. And on this side, I was pretty sure all the bottom ones were... So it's just that one. Yep, just that one. So if I do this real quick, it should... There we go. All right, back down to our normal time. All right, so... few things to look at. I mean, this will... Oh yeah, that's nice. 66,000. You know, I like having this trailer for bales. But what is going to help us with everything else? That is the real question. It holds 24 bales, which isn't bad. I'm almost leaning towards trading it in and going ahead and buying. Where was it at? Um, yeah, going ahead and buying this because one, it gives us a 28,000 and it can do everything that we need it to. We just have to come back and configure it. Yep, I think that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. Uh, just so we can bring our pallets down here to sell as well. So, little trailer, you did us well, but we do unfortunately have to part ways. Uh, and we get 16,000 back for it. Not too terribly bad. Um, but it earned us its keep. Well, I guess not keep. It earned its way for what the time we had it. All right. But we are going to go with this. Um, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and buy it this way, and then we will drop it down to the bale trailer. But that way we already have the extension paid for. And then that way we can use that later on, and it's not going to cost us anything to... We kind of adjust it a little bit. But yeah, I am going to go ahead and do a little bit of a jump for you guys. Why I run back and forth and... Yeah, why I run back and forth and get everything sold. So we will see you guys here in a few. All right, all right, all right. So we have sold pretty much. This is gonna be our last load. There's like 5 bales left still at the farm. Uh, I don't think we're gonna make the trek all the way over with those ones. I think we'll probably just end up. Oh, I missed the bridge. Uh, Probably just end up selling those at our little market just out of convenience. But yeah, it's been a journey back and forth in the snow. But we currently sitting nice with $85,000. Um, I know I do want to spend that money on something. I just don't know what we should spend it on. Uh, do we, as we have a plow, let's see, what do we need? What do we need? So we have a mower, we have a baler, we have our water barrel, we have a winch, we have 2 tractors, a harvester, fertilizer spreader for lime. I think we're pretty well off. Is our seeder um, is a direct drill, so we don't need a cultivator. Uh, hmm. Now, what crops are coming up as far as what we're going to be able to plant? That is another question. As I know, granted, we don't have huge fields left over. Um, but we do have a few. So in February we can plant cotton. Not sure if that's what we want to get into. And then March. Ooh. March we can plant quite a few other things. I know part of the challenge is to do some olives. Question is, oh, wasn't quite in the trigger zone. We'll have to pick those up real quick. Yeah, so olives are there. What equipment will we need to work with olives? Because there's no point in having them if we can't do anything with them, right? So let's take a look. You know what? We'll take a look at what does the game recommend for olives. All right, so I think we could get away with just using our spreader. Okay, so they want that, and then a small tractor that's narrow enough to fit in. And then, of course, the harvester, but the harvester's 300,000, which we don't have. So we might hold off on olives, at least for probably at least until we get our loan paid down. That way we can possibly talk to the bank about financing it. That, or maybe we'll have enough money to go ahead and buy it outright. We'll have to see. That is going to be probably it for this episode. So yeah, I guess we'll probably just keep a good eye on the used market and see what we can upgrade with. Yeah, as for now, thank you all for joining us. There's going to be a link in the description to go ahead and take you over to my Calmlands One Tile Challenge playlist. So definitely go check that series out if you haven't already. And drop a like on this video if you've made it this far. But thank you all for joining. So until next time, peace.